Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am interviewing the wonderful Kelsey, who is a beauty therapist from South Yorkshire. So Kelsey, could you tell me a bit more about you?
Yes, so I'm 24 years old and I live in South Yorkshire. I am also a part-time vitiligo model for Zebedee, and I started that around a year ago.
Yeah, and what was it like going into the modelling industry? Were you like insecure about your vitiligo?
Not really. I think the reason why I did go into modelling was for my vitiligo as well, because I know that it's a lot more diverse in modelling industry now, in terms of disabilities, visible and non-visible disabilities. So I wanted to use the opportunity to make like an impact and spread awareness to my skin condition. So that was one of the reasons why I did go into modelling, and that's where I found Zebedee, who are like an inclusive talent agency. So yeah, I found it interesting, their agency, and like all the people that they work with. I found it really inspiring, so it was really nice to get into something like that.
Going on to the people they work with, who have you worked with Zebedee? Like any brands, big brands?
No, not as of yet. I've only done like a couple of little jobs for them. I've only been with them like a few months, so I'm just in the middle of like getting started up, getting to know different clients. But I would like to work with a lot of the brands that they do work with.
Yeah, and I hopefully doing all these small things like you're doing here will hopefully then bring you to do bigger modelling jobs.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely the hope, to make a big enough impact and to get my name out there, get people seeing me with my skin, and for the public to see me with my skin on all the different brands and stuff, just so they can see it.
Did you ever think it when you were younger that it was ever sad or disheartening when you wouldn't see people on magazines with vitiligo?
Yeah, I think it's always hard to see like all these models and stuff that didn't look like you or didn't. So that was always very hard. So it was almost kind of like I felt like I was the only person in the world with it, especially at that age, because there wasn't a lot of like social media. It wasn't big or anything. So yeah, it was definitely disheartening. Yeah.
And how did that affect your mental health?
I suppose when I was younger, I never really noticed how much it would have affected me. But from being young and having, people stare and look and ask questions and, make it very obvious that you are different, it can definitely take a toll on your mental health. I think just because it just made me very self-conscious. So I did want to cover it up. I did want to, use makeup. I'd go to dermatologists for for makeup coverage and things like that. It was very sad, and I wish I wish it was more known back then, because I don't think I'd have felt so insecure.
Mm.
So I think.
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say, if you could tell your 12-year-old self something, what would you tell them?
I would tell them not to be so hard on themselves, and that everybody's different, and that being unique is still beautiful. And just not to worry about what other people think, and to just, love yourself. That's what I would tell myself.
Yeah, because I think sometimes being different is actually sometimes more beautiful. And
Definitely, yeah, I completely agree. I think being unique, and you being an individual, like, one in a million who's got like a certain visible disability or non-visible, like it is definitely unique. Being unique is beautiful, 100%.
And do you think Zebedee has given you more confidence, even though you haven't been on it for long and haven't got many brand deals? The things you have done, a concept to Zebedee, do you think it's given you more confidence?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've definitely, working with Zebedee has definitely put me out of my comfort zone, to be working with different people. And I think knowing that the people that they work with are all different and they're all beautiful and unique in their own ways, I think just automatically gives you that kind of confidence.
Yeah, and I guess with being under Zebedee, you almost make other friends who are also under Zebedee. Have you made any friends with people who are under Zebedee?
Yeah, definitely. I've met some lovely people who I've worked with or I've met um, while I've been in London. I have met a couple of the models who are also with Zebedee as well, which is really nice.
Yeah, it whenever, when I called up Zebedee to, approach them with my idea, they were so welcoming, and straight away they went, obviously when they found out, that it was voluntary, obviously the person wasn't able to do it because they did charge, but they were
Hmm.
so, oh, we've got this amazing person, they were instant. It wasn't, oh, we'll have to see, it was a family orientated. It feels like they know everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I think anything, any kind of projects, anything, whether it's paid or not, as long as it's bringing the right kind of awareness to what they stand for, and that's why I've done it myself, because what you're doing is really good and bringing awareness, and I'd definitely like to be part of that. So not everything is necessarily about money, really.
No,
I
I
think
think,
it's just nice to bring awareness to disabilities.
I think sometimes money, you shouldn't need to pay to bring awareness.
No, I agree.
Like, I mean, if you're modeling for, like Nike, I mean, yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
But, when you're modeling, when you're being interviewed by sort of a mini creator who is looking to build awareness on disabilities, I think it's so important. I'd much rather get the awareness out there than pay somebody loads of money, because I don't think you need, like I said, money shouldn't be needed to spread awareness.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So if you could, um if you could change one thing about your past, what would you change?
Um,
Whether that's mentally, how you felt, how you dealt with something.
yeah, I think I'd change how I saw myself. I think I'd change how I made myself feel, how I made myself feel so self-conscious, and how I would make myself feel the need to cover up and hide my skin. Um, I would definitely change how hard on myself that I was.
Yeah, do you regret being so hard on yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's um it's a shame that some, especially when you're young and you have to grow up with it, to feel that certain way for such a long time. Not necessarily around family or friends or people that were close to me. I never felt that way, but just being in public, and I felt like I had to. Not that anyone ever purposely tried to make me feel ashamed, but that I did feel ashamed of how I looked.
Yeah, nobody should be have to made insecure, but especially
Absolutely not.
as somebody who's young and somebody who should be going out enjoying life.
Yeah.
It's really not a nice thing. I've struggled in mental health before, like really bad mental. I've had stuff happen to me which has completely knocked my confidence, and has completely, knocked me down.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, you know, mental health is a pain, but you know, sometimes you know, it can't be helped, and mental
Yeah.
health, it's a horrible thing.
Yeah, it
You
really
know,
is.
yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
And if anybody wants to find you on any of your social platforms, what are you on?
I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook as well.
Amazing. And guys, I'll be sure to link Kelsey's links in the description. Thank you so much, Kelsey.
Thank you.
Bye. I will join back in a minute.